Hi everyone, welcome to Things Beautiful. So today we are going to see some beautiful coloring book and the materials needed for it. I personally found painting or coloring to be very helpful and relaxing during this lockdown time, and it was helpful for me to stay relaxed and calm. And now I'm doing it as a regular routine, like at least 5 to 10 minutes of coloring is what I do to calm my mind. So just as how important the physical exercise is, I feel that the mental exercise or the mental care is also really needed. All right, so the first one that we are going to see is this In the Garden Color and Frame book. So this is an adult coloring book. So it's been quite a while that I've been, like coloring or like even, to draw. It's been quite a while. But then like I found this book to be really interesting. So you have the patterns already there. So all you have to do is just keep coloring. So it kind of, brought the child in me back again. And the best I liked about this book is like the designs are mostly like kind of a folk theme, like mandala art. So it's basically reflecting the Indian designs. So that was something that I really loved about it. I crave for the Indian designs usually a lot. Like I love Madhubani designs, I love kalamkari artwork, I love the the peacock and paisleys. So this book was something that really was that, it checked the box. It really has lots of cute bird designs, and there were like deers, there were like lots and lots of flowers. And the fun part of this book is like, unlike all the other mandala designs where the design itself is like kind of closely packed, it needs lots of patience to actually do that kind of coloring. And I used watercolor brushes for these because it's like really cool. It has like 52 shades, and so you can blend the colors nicely to create the three-dimensional effect. So I love the combo of this coloring book as well as the brush pen set. And as I said, like I don't know if I can really handle the closely knit, like the one I just showed you, like the mandala design. I don't know whether I'll be having that amount of patience to complete this. But this book has other patterns where it's like widely spread, and it's like it has a perforated line, so you can color and then you can just frame it once you're done. And as I'm showing you all the designs, you can really see how widely spread most of the design patterns are. So this one seems to be like really huge and widely spread, so I started with that page of coloring. So since I told you that I got the brush pen, so it's a watercolor brush pens, and unlike the watercolors, it is really easy to use. So since I had that, so I thought like and this the book In the Garden coloring book, it's not a watercolor paper. So I thought like I should really get a watercolor sheet to see what that brush pen can actually do, right? So as I said, like it's been quite a while that I drew anything, so I don't know like if I can still hold the pencil right and draw. So I thought like I can buy something that has the traces of flowers already. I love flowers. So this book especially, it's a watercolor sheet, but it has the flowers printed on them. So, and it has a perforated line, so if you want you can just tear it and frame it. So this is the one I tried, and it seems to be pretty good, right? So I didn't buy the traditional professional hand like the watercolor paints, but I just used the brush paint. But it still is good. So this book also has some tips as to how to blend different colors and all the strokes and all those things. And this watercolor brush is what I used for both the books, the watercolor paper as well as this book. So as you can see, I've completed a little bit. I'm not taking my whole day to color this. I'm just like 5 to 10 minutes of relaxation is what I'm actually using these books for. And as you can see, I'm just having the first coat with water. So it comes with the water pen, so you can fill it with water. But I just used it as a brush. I just dipped it in water and just did the first coat of like water cover. And then here I'm just picking up the green to fill the leaf, right? So as you can see, it smoothly slides on the paper. So the paper itself is smooth. It's very good quality paper. But then with the water added, it kinds of like really blends very easily. So that is the beauty of this watercolor brush. So it's not like, you know, you have to practice, unlike your traditional watercolor painting. So I'm not a professional painter at all, so I'm not good in using watercolors. But this one, it was really easy to use. The bristles itself was very smooth. It glides over seamlessly, and it's not very thick at the edge, nor it's like very thin. It kinds of flexes out as you know, like touch on the paper. So and the outcome, the output is really incredible. So I was like really surprised. So this is my first attempt and it came out really well. And I just tried a different shade of green. It has 52 different shades, right? So you can just play with the colors. And I've just used another shade of gray to kind of have the things pop out. So if you can see, this is how it turned out. And I did complete the painting. I'm going to show it at the end. And now I'm also going to show the one I tried on the real watercolor paper. So I tried to use the technique that they have teach. So it's like it's a technique of water and water kind of thing. So where you have to, as I showed you, you have to wet the paper with water and then you have to apply the colors to give that watercolor feel. And it did come out good, pretty good, although like not insanely beautiful, but it did come out really good for the first attempt. And I'm going to show you the finished product of the in the garden one, and to be continued later.